What's up guys, it's me Jeremy. One of the most common questions I see is people asking what champion they should pick up or learn in order to carry their games. And I made one of these a long time ago, but since it changes pretty much every patch, I really should try to update you guys. And although these champions may get banned from time to time, if you can learn them and pick them in your games, it should be incredibly easy to carry. Now, when I say that a champion is overpowered, what I really mean is that that champion is really strong throughout the game and is amazing for carrying games. Since I'll be doing one for each role, I broke it down into which champion is the best for carrying in its respective role. Starting with the top lane, we have Rengar. Rengar's playmaking abilities and solo carry potential, I believe, is almost completely unmatched in the game right now. You can go 0-3 in lane and still hard carry due to the massive assassination potential that he has. Outplaying a Rengar is just so difficult, whereas all he has to do is flank and jump in for a nearly instant kill. Rengar's kit allows you to make game-changing plays all by yourself, and if you can get creative with your ganks and surprise your opponents, it will be very easy to carry. Try pulling off some roams, as they can be incredibly lucrative and easy to pull off too, and always be looking for that key assassination once the laning phase ends. For mid lane, we have Kayle. The thing about Kayle is that she is one of the only true counters to every single assassin in the game. On top of doing tons of damage and having loads of utility in her heal and slow, her ultimate is just so absurdly powerful, especially since it has a low cooldown. One good ultimate can easily decide a fight, and potentially even the game, if you can use it to stop a lot of burst damage successfully. So many champions revolve around assassination or burst damage in the meta right now, and Kayle's ultimate completely counters that. And since she does incredibly well against pretty much the whole meta, that makes her a solid pick. For AD carry, we have Twitch. Twitch is unrivaled by other AD carries in his ability to make plays. Stealth is such a powerful mechanic that you can play Twitch almost as if he was an assassin. You can stealth in and easily assassinate carries or even other assassins due to the massive attack speed buff and burst that he gets. Add into that is strong laning phase, and it's so easy to pick up a few kills in lane and then snowball the game as a whole, making assassination plays on isolated targets and pumping out massive AoE damage in teamfights. Add into that he is difficult to outplay since he can always stealth away, especially when being ganked, and he's an incredibly strong champion right now. And for support, we have Braum. Braum is basically a Leona that does twice as much damage and still has mobility. If you can get good at using his shield to block key skills, Braum's solid CC, tankiness, and mobility allow him to set up fights so easily, especially in lane. He is by far the strongest support since his utility is so massive while still being tanky and putting out tons of damage. Add into that an AoE CC ultimate that is easy to hit and has massive range, and you can end up with this unstoppable machine. Braum's ability to get your AD carry fed and then protect them in teamfights is unmatched by other supports, and he just brings everything you could ever ask for from a support, and more due to his shield that makes outplaying opponents so easy. And last but not least, for jungle we have Lee Sin. Lee Sin almost single-handedly changed the jungler meta entirely. He thrust junglers that have a weak early game into complete unviability, simply because his early game is so dominant. And to pick a jungler that's weak in the early game like a Mumu against Lee Sin is total suicide, since he can just invade you easily, and in solo queue, laners tend to respond poorly to jungler 1v1s, so invading with a ward or two can lead to some easy kills and a huge lead over the opponent's jungler. Add into that he's an incredible ganker, one of, if not the best in the game, and it just makes carrying the early game and laning phase so easy. Add into that if you transition your build properly into either a tank or an assassin role and play accordingly, and his late game is a lot stronger than you might be led to believe, especially because his ultimate is an amazing playmaking tool that can catch out almost anyone or peel anyone from his carries. Overall, all of these champions were mainly chosen due to their incredible playmaking ability and their ability to help carry games so easily. Keep in mind that these champions were just my personal top choices. Feel free to discuss your choices in the comments, but at the end of the day, these 5 champions are simply just what I believe is strongest for carrying games right now. Anyways, that just about wraps it up. My name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on Overpowered Champions for solo queue in patch 4.9. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now, or stay connected at facebook.com/gamingcurios. Drop a like and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.